Listen, stop buying trade lines or buying into the concept of trade lines when you can become the individual who has solid credit versus borrowing somebody else's. Now, there is a time and place for authorized users, but this is not that. This is something that I want you to consider instead. For one, it saves you money. For two, it positions you to be the plug versus borrowing somebody else's credit temporarily at that, because a lot of times when it comes to credit and buying trade lines, people are buying it temporarily. They're only going to be there for 3 months, 5 months, or until they're able to qualify for that thing. Well, that's cool. It has worked, but it's starting to be frowned upon, and a lot of banks are understanding the things that people are doing behind the scenes. So it kind of is manipulation or is bank fraud in a sense. Now, authorized user from a family member is a little different. So I just want you to understand what I mean when I say trade lines are not something that I personally recommend. I know it can work, but usually it's temporary. But I want you to have a holistic credit score for yourself. So this is what I figure could be a faster way for you to build credit when it comes to trade line and no credit checks when it comes to this. Now, there are three different options, and I'll let you know which one I think is the better option, and then how you can get access to it. And I don't make anything off of you knowing what this site is. I just want you to understand that it exists, because one of the things that people are missing out on when I talk to a lot of people who are calling and setting up consultations and they have less than ideal credit, one of the things they're missing out on is 165 points by not having some type of line of credit. If you don't have some type of line of credit or credit line, then you're automatically missing out on about 165 points per bureau. That's off the rip. So if you want to tap into those points, then you need some type of trade line. Sometimes you might not have a score that qualifies you for the trade line, meaning that you might be under 600. So you might have a 500 score. And yeah, you can pay and get a secure card, or you can apply and see if you get approved for some type of credit card, but most cases you won't. You'll get declined. But usually over the 600 mark, you can. However, with this scenario, it doesn't matter what your credit score is. You can have a trade line being reported without you having to pay somebody to temporarily be added on on their credit report, and without you having to be the person who's leveraging somebody else's. You can become the plug, as I stated. So no credit checks, as I mentioned, no hidden fees or interest, and the plan start as low as $5, which most people who are interested in building their credit so they can qualify for certain things are willing to invest at least $5. And this helps credit build the score. No credit checks, hidden fees, interest, none of that. And it has proven results. Users with starting credit under 600 grew an average of 84 plus points in a year with on-time payments. And sometimes it can be even faster than that. How do I know? I had a client who I was restoring the credit, got some things deleted. I seen that they used this strategy as well. And as a result, their score increased over 100 points total. Now that is across the board, meaning it could have been 33 here, 33 there, and then 34 somewhere else. But just pointing out the fact that you understanding that this trade line can help. Now, they use modest numbers when they say 84 points in just a year. I've seen this benefit someone in a month's time frame or 45-day time frame, and it's trusted by the bureaus. The power of the tri-bureau. This basically reports to all three credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. It's loved by fans. Basically, 99% of the App Store reviews, 4 stars or higher. Now, let's talk about the plans. They got basic, they got premium, and its benefits to both. So start with a plan, skip the credit check. Credit builder plan starting at $5 a month that help you build credit when you pay on time. Sign up in minutes, cancel anytime, credit checks, no hidden fees, no interest. Now, let's get into the depth of everything, because I want to lay it down on a side-by-side basis just so you can see how you can win when it comes to this, and you can track your process. A lot of other cool things that come along with it. But the $5 a month, this is the basic plan. What comes with it? Well, it has a $750 trade line attached to it. $750 trade line. Most of the time when people get secured cards, they're starting with like $200. Well, this positions you to have a $750 trade line, which can benefit you more than just a $200 one. Sometimes when people apply, they might get approved for $300, $500. Well, this can position you to have a $750 trade line being reported on your profile without having to temporarily have something on your profile and it's all with no credit check. Reports to Equifax, reports to Experian, reports to TransUnion. So it's reporting to all three, which is what you want. You don't want something that just reports to one, because you want to leverage the benefits fully when it comes down to you actually building your score. You want all three scores to be rising if at all possible. Now, when it comes to inquiries, sometimes it makes sense for it to only pull from one inquiry, but this is not that. It's reporting your positivity without a credit check all three bureaus. It gives you tools, tracking, bank level security, view your Equifax score in full, credit report. Now, let's talk about the premium. And then I want you to stick around because this last one might be the best bang for your buck. The premium, $20. It's the most balanced plan, packed with extra features, and it gives you a $2,500 trade line. Rent reporting is included. No check, no credit check, reports to Equifax, reports to Experian, reports to TransUnion, tools, tracking, bank level security, all of the things included previously, but you can view your Experian, Equifax, and your TransUnion report. And that's just for $20. So $20 to be able to have $2,500 trade line reporting is significant. This right here has the ability to boost your score over 100 points. And then the beauty in this is once this is reporting, now you can position yourself to, once you're ready to apply for an unsecured credit card, you apply for their unsecured credit card, and now you're more likely to be approved because they see a higher trade line being reported to your profile. See, if you only had a $200 secured credit card, then when you apply somewhere and they look at your profile, they're going to say, okay, we should just approve them for a similar amount that they already have on their profile. But when they see you have a higher trade line, then that puts you in a better position to get higher approval amounts, as long as you're doing what you need to do and maintaining the on-time payments, etc. So $2,500 trade line is significant. Last but certainly not least, the ultimate, which is the $35 a month. But for $35 a month, you get a $3,500 trade line. This can help unlock your future of getting approved for higher credit limits to the tune of $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000. And if you pay your credit cards the way that we teach, then you can position yourself for even higher limits. Why? Because when it comes to you paying the credit cards down the right way, you paying them on time, keeping low balances, they want to give you more money. They want to give you access to more capital. So you find yourself doubling those amounts. So now you went from a $3,000 credit limit to a $6,000, then possibly $10,000, then even more just by on-time payments, and doing it month after month after month. And this is something that puts you in a position, because once you actually have credit cards, even if you get to a place to where they're maxed out, you know what you need to do in order to strengthen your score up to 165 points. If you do it, great. If you don't, you can always push that button, but it's highly recommended because it positions you to have the best credit necessary when it's time for you to go and apply for the things that you want to apply for. And of course, this reports to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion again, and then you get to pull all three of those reports. But the beauty is the higher limit, the higher trade line. So this is the highest one, and this is a pathway to when you're actually going to apply for credit cards that you can use any way you want to, because these trade lines are not to be used in a way that a credit card would be used. This is to strengthen your credit profile by having a higher credit limit being reported. And now that higher credit limit being reported looks good on your profile. Your on-time payments is boosting your payment history. And then when it's time for you to apply for another card, you're able to get it. If you need assistance with taking your credit to the next level, links down below. This site is Kikoff. Salute.